Record on
I'm
this.
gonna set up my iPad. Yeah, just do it like that. Yeah.
Do I look beautiful enough?
Yeah.
All right, sound. I need to check that. So you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just go, because we don't have to put this bit out. We can cut it and start whenever we want. Have you got time? Have you got a bit of time?
Yeah, I have loads of time on it.
Loads. Lovely. Well, we'll be done by next Tuesday, I would have thought.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So what's so I have the questions.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a variation off some of them so that I can read them better and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what I thought I'd do is, instead of sort of like always just going, what do you think about? I thought we'd just have a more of a conversation about it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And just sort of like, weave some of these questions in. Is there anything you don't want to talk about?
I can talk about anything, like.
Brilliant, because I thought we'd start on physics.
Okay.
Or biology. No.
I don't mind.
Yeah, so we'll just take it as it comes then, yeah?
Pardon?
You would just take it as it comes then?
Yeah.
All right, and are you, what I was going to say, are you okay doing a little intro on you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've been practicing.
Have you? Oh, brilliant. Who in front of? Like, in front of everyone?
Nobody.
Just the mirror? Or just the phone?
Yeah.
Did you record it?
No, I didn't.
No, okay. All right, so when we start, we'll just go quiet a little bit, and then I'll just say hello. And how do you want me to introduce it? Have you thought about that?
No, I haven't. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to.
Who's in the background? Is that Paulie?
No, that's Leah.
Oh.
Going to the fridge.
Leah in the fridge again. And have you thought about what you want to do with this video?
Hi.
No.
No, not really.
No? Okay, that's good. I like that.
Just takes a day by day.
Hey. Good mantra. Right, let's just do it there. Is that all right?
Yeah, it is.
I'm looking good. Don't you be taking off that hat now and stealing the limelight. Okay. Do you know what? I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah, same.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, it is.
But there you go. Anyway, so thank you everyone that's coming to watch this video of me and Killian. Killian, he asked me a couple of weeks ago, or he mentioned a couple of weeks ago, that he wanted to share his story around mental health and some of the obstacles that he might have come across. Yeah, and we do have some questions pre-recorded, well, not pre-recorded, but pre-written down. But we're just going to take it as it comes, and if we're going to get stuck, we're going to refer to the questions, and if not, we're just going to keep going and see what happens. So, Mr. Killian, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Killian Dennehy, and I had mental health difficulties since I was about 14, and yeah, that's basically it.
And how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 19. I'm going on 20 in December.
Wow. So 5 years.
Yeah.
Around 5 years.
Yeah. Too long.
Too long is right. Yeah. And what is mental health? What does that mean to you, though?
What does it mean to me? It means that don't try to change who you are. Just try to, oh, try to be who you are, and that's the main thing. If you have mental health or not, don't change who you are. Like,
That's brilliant. And what would you say, like, so when you were around 14 and you started having, what do you call it? Do you say issues with it, or?
I say thoughts.
Right, okay. Oh, was that you?
No, that was Murphy.
Oh, okay. So what do you mean by thoughts?
Like, I was hearing things, like, it's just like, oh, go down to the shop or something like that. It's just like I was hearing things in the background.
And where were they coming from?
I thought it was coming from like, that inner deep thought you have, like, I need to go down to the shop. Well, I thought it was like coming from that voice. And so I spent about 2 days trying this, 2-3 days to see where it goes, and then I just got these nasty thoughts that just expired.
And do you mind me asking what type of what was going on there?
It was just like go kill yourself, and just, is that man looking at you, and just seeing this, is he actually talking about you, kind of things what are
A
going
little
on.
bit paranoid, maybe.
Yeah.
And how long would that last?
The paranoia, it was just like, if I walked past someone, it would be grand, like, it would be, oh, it's all over, like. But if I stayed there looking at them about 5 minutes, I'd be like, oh, should I walk away, or should I keep going on with my day, like? It was just like scary.
And how often would that happen?
Oh, about 3-4 times a day.
Really?
Yeah.
And was that pretty constant, or was that like every day, or?
Yeah, for the first couple of months, it was just really constant, and then it was just like, once I spoke about it to my parents, it was just like, I can see help, like.
You can see what, sorry?
See help.
Okay. And this was when you were around 14-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you think about that, though, about getting help?
I thought it would be a great idea, because I was hearing, like, other 14-year-olds were like, oh, let me play GA, let me play sports, like. And I was like having trouble with hearing these things in my head, like, and it was just scary, like.
And that, so that had an effect on your day-to-day. So did it mean you couldn't play the sports, or?
Like, I was still playing my sports and all that, but it was really scary at the same time, because you didn't know what was going to happen next, like.
Okay, so the thought about having or hearing a voice, that started to become a problem as well, I guess.
Yeah, it was.
And where did the voice come from? Like, like, did you know then? Like, where exactly did you think it was then? I don't mean necessarily now, because you might have a different opinion on it now.
I thought it was coming from, like, miles away. Like, I thought it was like going to come, like, I thought it was going to be like a voice that I can hear day to day, like, off my father or off my mother. Like, I thought it was going to be a voice like that, but it was in my head, like, but no one can hear it. Like, I was like really scared about telling people that about the voices in my head, like, and kind of the summer of when I was 14, like, I kind of told my mother that and my father that I was hearing these things that other 14-year-olds wouldn't hear, and then they see help.
And while you were hearing these voices, did you just sometimes try and get away from things, or did you stop, or did you carry on? Or I know you sort of touched on it a minute ago, but
I kind of carried on and try to like get on with my life, like.
yeah. And so, did that have an effect on your school life then?
Yeah, it was like from second, it's like changing into like primary school to secondary school,
Okay.
and it was like I was like in second year, and everyone was like happy and jolly, and I was like there. What are they going to say to me next?
And these were new people as well, I guess,
Yeah,
going into secondary school, so they wouldn't have known you, or maybe.
yeah, and like they're trying to. I was trying to make friends with them, and then like I kept hearing these thoughts in my head, like,
Mm.
and it was just really scary at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. And how did they react, Killian?
To my friends,
Yeah.
like I haven't told any of my friends that I have mental health difficulties, and I think if they kind of look at me as, oh, he has thoughts in his head, as he can't, he as thoughts in my head, like, oh,
It's all right.
like they don't see me like as me, like.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And that's well, that leads me on to probably something I should have said at the beginning, like what, so by sort of like making this video and by sharing this, or possibly sharing it, or not doing
Yeah.
anything with it, like it's up to you, like why do you want to make the video? Like, why do you want to share this? Like, what
So
was
I
that
want to
thing for
help.
you?
I want to help people and see my story around it, like. And it was just like, if you help people, it was just like they see light lights at the other side of the story.
Right, okay. And when you were in your story,
Yeah.
to use your words there, what did you see any light at the end of it?
No, like I didn't see any light, but I saw hope, like.
Okay.
And if you see hope, that's the main thing.
And where does that come from?
I don't know. It's just like if you take like if you take like if you if it's like what was the question again?
Well, where the hope? So the hope. Where does that come from? Or, you know, or why is that helpful? Like what? Yeah. Where did that come from?
If you live your life day to day, don't worry about the little things. You see the hope coming for you down your path.
And that just gives you. What does that give? What does that give you?
Like if you're like, if you're worrying about the big things, like, oh, how am I going to get a job at leaving school, and you don't worry about that. You worry about your exams, and you worry about how am I going to do something in the day. And
sorry,
go on.
Well, I was going to say, like you just mentioned about sort of like, you know, getting a job and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Would that have been like a part of the worry when you, from like 14, 15, 16,
Yeah.
17?
Yeah, it was because I kind of look up to my dad, like, because he has a brilliant job and he he's like working nights and he'll be gone half the night, and it's just like I want to be working, like I want to take my mind off the voices what I hear in my head, like.
Yeah, I understand. I got that. And while, so since you were 14, your mum and dad suggested maybe to get some help.
Yeah,
What sort of help did you get?
I got a counselor.
Okay.
So I would see them like regular like appointment. Like they write down a day and we go see them.
Was that the three
And
of you, your mum and dad and you?
yeah,
Okay.
and my mom and dad would have went in with me and like helped me talk to them and just relieve the pressure off me.
And what would they talk about?
They would talk about the voices what I hear in my head, what are they saying, and they might put me on meds, like.
Okay. And do you have a lot of meds? Do you have a lot of meds? Did you have a lot of meds?
Yeah, I have to take one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and two at night.
Okay. And any other uh, um, any other medication, i.e., like exercise or diet or anything like that?
Oh yeah, diet and exercise was the big thing.
Okay.
If you get out and eat right and get out and have a daily walk or go meet your friends and play a game of soccer or in the park, like, or go down town with your sister or your brother and hang around there, like.
Yeah. And the diet as well?
Yeah, the diet. I'm not good at the diet, but I'm gonna try to make the diet work.
Okay. And was there any times like when you didn't want to go to the counsellor, or you didn't want to take the tablets, or you didn't want to do anything you were told? Like,
Yeah, I didn't want to go one day, but I thought it was really good to get something off my chest, and he would be there to help me, like.
okay. And how long are you still seeing the counsellor now?
Yeah, I am. I changed into adult like. So once you turn 18, you're allowed to go see the counsellor without your mother and father. But I think it's the best thing to have your mother and father know what you're experiencing.
And why is that? Because that sounds you sound quite strong about that.
Because if you're having a bad day and you need to talk to someone, and if you don't want to talk to your mother or father, who's going to be there to talk to you?
And Killian, what would you say, like, for people that might not be able to talk to their mother and father for whatever reason?
Yeah. I say go talk to your brother or sister or your aunt who you trust.
Hmm.
And if you trust someone, like a teacher, like an SNA or anything like that, go talk to them.
Have you ever had like times when people may not have been that helpful or that interested?
Like every time I think people trying to help me, it's just like they're there to listen to you. And if you don't like me saying something, if they don't like me saying something to you, it's just like, what's the point of listening to you?
And what would you do then?
like then go find someone else who would trust you, and like see what you're talking about.
And I suppose there's always someone.
Yeah, there's always someone there in the big black world out there to help you.
I like that. There is always someone there. Now, when we had a little chat the other day, you talked about panic attacks.
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing like what happens or what goes on?
Like, first off, I have these sensations in my hands that I can't feel my hands, and then it goes up through my body, and it just goes attacks my eyes. Like I can't see, or just like I know when it's happening. But first off, when I didn't know that there were panic attacks, like I was like, what do I do? Like, but now I know what to do. Like, so if lie down and close your eyes for like 20-25 minutes, and then it's gone. Like.
Okay. And when was your first attack?
My first attack was I was only in second class. It was like I was 8 or 9.
Right.
And it was really scary that because over like Grandy and all that, I was like,
that's Grandad.
Yeah.
For
And
anyone listening.
yeah. And it was like they announced at school that my granddad was in hospital after dying, like, and I thought that day couldn't get any worse, so I got a panic attack. And I was walking home with my dad, and I think I couldn't see for like half the class, and he was like, okay, we need to like tell your mom. And so I told her, and from the first day, like she was there to help me, like.
So back even at that young age, it's definitely worth telling someone.
Yeah.
Letting them know what's going on and try and be as open as possible, I guess, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you still have them now? Do you still have the panics now?
Yeah. Even if like in school, like when we're going down playing a soccer match, even before a soccer match or a hurling match, like I have them, and then halfway through it, I get a pain in my head, like, because the panic attack is just leaving my system.
Mm.
And then when I get back onto the bus, like, I have another one, which is really scary. Like.
So you talked about hope earlier, and so while you're having a panic attack, like, what do you feel there? What do you feel during it? What's going through your head?
Like, I'm going to get through this, and don't worry about the little things. Don't sweat about the little things.
Okay, just let that go.
Yeah.
And what about afterwards? What about, so you've just had an attack, you know, and you I don't know, you're coming out of it, as you say.
Yeah.
What goes on then? How does it just get back to normal? Or
like, if you can't see, and it's just like after a panic attack, and you can't see during the panic attack, it's like just getting through. I can see again, and it's just that hope that you can see again, and you can do what you like to do.
okay. And so you sent me some questions as well, and one of them I really liked. It was about about social media and the TV, and basically how the stuff they have on telly about mental health and social media, how that treats mental health. And this is Mental Health Awareness Week, which
Yeah.
I didn't know till 5 minutes ago when I turned on social media. I had no idea.
Yeah.
What,
Same, I didn't know.
no, I didn't know. I did hear it was Armchair Week or something like that, and that's what I was going for. But how, like, what do you think of the media when it comes to mental health?
I think it's just like, if you're glued to your phone and you're taking everything in from the media, like, oh, there was a bombing in somewhere, so etc. Like. And if you're living in your phone, you're living in your head, you're thinking, oh, would that bomb come to us, and would we get bombed and all that? And it's just like, put down your phone for an hour and a half, go out for a walk, and go chatting to people. Don't be caught up in your phone or your iPad
Yeah.
and your whatever you have.
And now though, with lockdown, so we're sort of like the lockdown over here in England is slowly being eased. I'm not quite sure how it is in Ireland.
It's like, it's getting easy. Like, now we can travel in fours,
Right.
Like so we can go meet our friends and all that.
So during lockdown though, was that difficult, or because
I thought
it's so easy to pick up your phone or an iPad and just have a little, scroll and.
Yeah, I thought it was really hard during lockdown because you're constantly in your head and you're constantly in your phone, like. And when they were, as you said, that once they changed the rules, like, I thought it was, get out and meet your friends, just give them a text and just text them and go meet them.
What kept you going through lockdown then?
I thought going out for a daily walk, trying to get moving. Well, it was really hard, like.
How so?
Like,
I'm
so
being nosy.
you're constantly living up in your head, like. So, am I going to get this disease? Am I going to get it? Like, how am I going to get it? And like, you see people wearing these masks, and it's kind of scary, like. At the same time, like.
And when you say, sorry, just to change the subject a little bit, like you say, living up in your head.
Yeah.
Like, somebody might say, well, where else would you live? Like, what does that mean? Like, living in your head.
Like, say you have bad thoughts, and you're like, you have bad thoughts, and it's just like, you constantly hear them, and it's like, it's getting out of control, like. And it's just like really hard to take out your head, like.
Yeah. So that's there's just nowhere to go, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have a look at my notes just to make sure that I haven't missed anything you wanted to ask. You wanted me to ask you.
Yeah.
What interests you now, Killian?
Besides women, besides women and going out, it's just mainly go and watch my brother play down in the hurling field.
Okay. Oh, I can only see your hat. Oh, there you are.
Sorry, I was getting a drink.
Oh, no problem. And what do you feel that the so how are you now with your mental health?
I think I'm coming to the boom time. Like, I'm thinking, like, oh, this is good. Like, the hope, I saw hope, and I went and grabbed it, like, and it just from there, like,
So where did the boom come from?
what?
Where did the boom time come from?
Like, the boom time is like back in, like, when I was 14 and struggling. Like. So I think I always think there was going to be 3 Killians, like, and that was going to be a sporty Killian, mental health Killian, and like going down the wrong path Killian.
Okay.
And I think the mental health Killian, who you are, is just like, that's who you are.
And a question just from some of the work I do, would you say it's who you're not as well? And what I mean by that is sometimes when there are these bad thoughts in their head, and you know, and you can't get away from them, like you said, would you agree sometimes that maybe it's who you're not as well? So you're not your thoughts, you're not them bad thoughts, you're so much more than that.
Yeah, I think if you act on them, like, that's like, it's really scary if you act on them, like. And it's, you want to live your life, like. So if you act on them and you're letting your family down, your friend, not letting them down, but just, they'll be scared for you, like, if you act on them.
Yeah. And is there anything, what advice would you give people just based on what you've been through? And I know you've already said some great advice, but if you had to summarize it.
Live your life and be hopeful.
And how?
If you don't see hope, and just go out for your daily walks and don't be on your phone constantly.
Oh, you just froze there, but I think you just said don't be on your phone constantly and go for the walks. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to share, to add?
No, not really.
No. Well, I think that was a great chat.
Yeah, I think it was too.
Yeah, and do you know what I'd like to do, if you're all right with that? I'd like to maybe do another one in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, no bother.
Because I think what you have to share could really be useful to people. I really do.
Yeah.
And it's been good fun.
Nice.
And thank you very much. And Killian, we spoke as well. Like, and actually, the way that this all started was me looking at one of your Facebook pages and looking at the amount of people that you have sort of like following you and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I can't believe that. You know, so maybe at the end we could share, like, where people can, you know, see you and get in contact with you, or, you know, or not. You might not want them to, but you know, if you're up for that, we'll put some sort of slide up at the end of this, and we'll share all your details, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thank you, Killian. Take care.
See you later.
We definitely will.
All right, see ya.
Stay there. You still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we finished the recording bit.
All right. Okay.
So we're still recording. So if there's anything here that you might want to add in, you can still add this bit in. So.
No, I'm grand.
What do you reckon?
I thought it was good. Yeah.
You enjoyed that, did you?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Like.
Brilliant. Well, what I'll do, like as I said, I don't know how any of that would have come out or anything like that, but it seemed like just a nice conversation, and I think it was better than just going, what is mental health? What do you feel? You know, I think it was better just having a
conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll upload this and I'll send it to you, like via a link, so you can just watch it. And the only people that will be able to see it is you.
Yeah.
And I'll include everything from the start to the end, and
Yeah.
then you can decide what you want to do with it. Do you remember what I said about like looking at the timeline? And you know, if there's a bit there that starts at 2 minutes 27,
Oh yeah.
bit that ends at 3 minutes 10, just tell me, and I could cut that for you, and you could have that as a clip, or you could do the whole thing. You could do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
As you're saying that, no, like people want to get it, like people want to like meet you and all that. And I was thinking putting a kind of like a group together about mental health, and just putting a load of people into it. Would you like to be a part of it?
Well, of course. Well, I'll tell you what, like, well, we can add this to the end. We can add this conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so what would you like to do with it all? The video and the recording, and what's the next steps?
I was thinking that putting a group together, and then like putting up the video and asking them that how did this go and your opinions on it.
Okay. Well, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And as you said before we even probably started recording, just take it as it comes. Yeah.
How are you not thirsty?
I was just about to say, I'm getting thirsty with all that drinking you're doing. It's a hot day over here. Is it there as well?
Yeah, like 18 degrees.
Yeah, I think it might even be more here, you know. Let's have a quick check on my phone, what my phone says.
Mommy and Daddy are going to get now. What?
It's 26 degrees.
Oh man, I don't know how you lived over there now.
I'm just sitting with a fan on me, to be fair.
Mommy and Daddy are going getting plants for our garden.
Oh, you mean Mummy's going to get them and Daddy's going to carry them?
Yeah, and put them in. Yeah.
Well, look, this will take a little bit of time to convert the video and to send up, because do you know we've only been talking for half hour?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more, but about half hour. That's not too bad, is it?
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to take like ages.
Well, I did. Do you know what? I just thought I'd set some time aside, some, you know, like, because what did I say? I said between 2 and 4 or something.
Yeah. And
the only reason I said that is so that we weren't rushing, so there was no stress on us. We weren't like, you know, geez, we've 25 minutes, or, you know, I just thought we'll give plenty of time, see what the crack is, and go from there.
All right, thanks.
All right, big fella.
All right, small fella.
Yeah, cheeky fucker. Oh, I'll put that bit in. Take care, man.
Take care, bye.
See you later.